Celebrate Bihat Nahir. Thank you. Celebrate Bihat Nahir. Thank you.
In terms of the reception that exactly, especially at Loisaida, where the Younglords legacy was lesser known, you know, Wilson and I had the task of explaining. No, I'm not a repressor.
Thank you.
Wilson and I had the great task of finding out, like doing an excavation of what was the legacy, not only geographically bounded in the downtown area of the Lords, but how their legacy translated to the subsequent movements, especially in the arts, where in a place like the downtown of Manhattan, it's so contested by everyone because it's the center of the world. So at a time when it was completely void, and Loisaida was pretty similar to the South Bronx in terms of disinvestment, the legacy of the Lords played a big role in terms of appropriation of public space and visibility through a lot of cultural movements. And that's something that, being a community center and also a cultural center and small, we received the juncture of a lot of people from the community who evidenced all this stuff, who sometimes even found themselves in some of the breakwater runs from Maximo, and at the same time learned a lot of the context that they were enmeshed in and didn't necessarily saw in a larger context. So it's been amazingly gratifying and seeing it firsthand through the eyes of outsiders and also the insiders of the community that are so much looking for a sense of belonging in that contested neighborhood where it was so much Puerto Rican, and right now there's still a lot of them, but they're obviously greatly hidden. So it's been astonishing.
The noise, here folks parking. One thing is that we often forget, and it's important to talk about the Lords and all the political offenses that they undertook, but we often forget the cultural activism that they helped to really create for us. That's very significant. That's something that we emphasize in the Loisaida exhibit. This is a byproduct of cultural activism, right here. The museum that we're sitting in, right here, that we're occupying, that's a byproduct of cultural activism, right? The actual exhibit is cultural activism. The Loisaida Center is cultural activism. So all of this, we cannot see cultural activism, the arts, as secondary, but rather as pivotal to the social activism that the Younglords gave us, along with other community activism organizations. I want to say thank you to everyone. But especially again, thanks Maximo Colon, he's been really generous, and Adriana Bolan, as well as the other artists, who really made our exhibit possible. So it's like Girls Club on Saturday, November 7th from 4 to 8 p.m. And we're going to have all the great artists that are part of the Eureka Village here, as well as hopefully live music and some great food. So,
I knew that was going to happen.
You didn't call me this morning?
No. I'll have to go to Brooklyn. But I wanted to prove to you that sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Gracias, mi amor.
There's a piece over there I was reading.
Which one?
Crazy.
With the
what I would
L.
say, like quick, yeah.
Vamos por él.
Puerto Rican's very.
I was telling her I feel like Dominicans, their accent, like when they speak their words, like it skips. Like it's very.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like I feel like you're skipping a rap on the water. That's how it sounds. But like Puerto Ricans, it's like back, back, back. It's very like they cut it into one.
Yeah, but then like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really catch on to like,
Right. You can tell that difference.